Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Corey.
And this is the Tiny Room Movie Review.
Hey man, you hear about the tiny room? Whoa, shh.
Today we're talking about Spawn, directed by Mark A.Z. DePay in 1997, starring Michael J. White, Martin Sheen, and John Leguizamo.
Ooh, good cast.
Oh yeah.
Spawn is about an ex-soldier who dies and goes to hell. He is then recruited by a ruler of hell to lead his army into Armageddon.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Spooky.
So let's get right into it. Starting with audio-visual, Spawn was really cool to look at, especially for like an old 90s movie. Like the CGI and like his cape and like the transformation from him as a human into the Spawn character was super awesome.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, the gunfire and then seeing Spawn's like abilities and transformation type stuff that he uses were really cool. Did not care for the scenes in hell. They were really hurt my eyes. It was hell to look at.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I basically agree with everything you said. You know, it's suit kind of how they imagined, like how they visually depicted, I guess, all of his suit's abilities were really cool. Yeah. And like the explosions they looked pretty real. A lot of the stuff in the movie seemed kind of unnecessary, but it's an old 90s movie, so like it makes sense. And yeah, like none of the explosions, like they weren't over the top, like with the audio, like it was all kind of like a dark undertone kind of music and aura through the whole thing, which it fit perfectly for a hell movie,
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
I don't mind being short, fat, and ugly, but the pay sucks.
Moving on to acting, I was really impressed. I mean, I think it's easy, or would be easy for serious actors to really phone in a superhero script. And I gotta admit, honestly, looking back at some of the dialogue, there's a lot of campy written lines, but everyone really took this seriously. Like Martin Sheen plays this really aggressive businessman, kind of megalomaniac, but he doesn't go too wild or over the top. John Leguizamo's character, like, yeah, it could have easily veered into annoying, but he was just wacky and silly and kind of gross humor and just really committed to it. And then Michael J. White just does a fantastic job carrying Spawn and just his physicality. So.
Yeah, I think they all did a pretty good job. There was like a couple, I don't know, like I think her name was Melinda Clark. I didn't really see the point in her, just like a lapdog to Martin Sheen basically in the movie, and like, yeah, I wouldn't say the acting was bad. It really screams 90s acting.
That's
like
right.
It really does. Like a lot of 90s movies that I watch, they all kind of have that same style of acting, and like I don't even know what style of acting I would even say that is. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything special, but I wasn't upset about it. It didn't really make me think about acting that much. Like whereas as other movies that we've watched or I've watched, like I'm like, oh my god, that was horrible acting.
Yeah.
So there are definitely, it was good for what it was.
Bring me Spawn's head.
Continuing on to engagement, I loved this movie. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. I was really excited to see, like, crap, what's he going to do next? Like, where's he headed? Like, what's he going to do? It was a lot of action, a lot of chase scene. And, again, John Leguizamo cracked me up in this movie. He just plays this ridiculous hell clown. And it's so stupid at times, but not to where it took you out of the movie and the seriousness of this is a superhero action movie. Like it was the perfect foil to Spawn. And just seeing them spar back and forth verbally and physically was just really entertaining overall.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was definitely engaged multiple times, pretty much the whole movie. I didn't really see myself slipping out, like thinking about other things because it was, I like explosions, so it was one of those things where it was like, it basically kept you like engaged the entire time about like me anyway. It was like from scene to scene, I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? Even though I could kind of see where it was going, at the like towards the end, but even then, I didn't really care. It was still exciting, and I wasn't on the edge of my seat or anything, but like it was definitely like, yeah, oh, this is cool. I like this movie a lot.
Absolutely. As far as plot structure, this movie does a really good job of presenting a lot of information up top without overburdening you. Like, they kind of get straight to it. They set the stakes, and it allows you plenty of time to just watch Spawn do Spawn things. He's out for revenge. He's ready to attack and fight, and you never have a moment of lagging where he's got to he's got to learn how to use his powers, and he's got to go through that training montage. Or you never really see that true Dark Night of the Soul moment that, I'm just going to spend 20 minutes in the movie walking through a dark alleyway in the rain, some emo music in the background. Like, you still have the important beats of a film, but it really knows what you want to see. They did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I think overall it was really good. I feel like, I agree. Like, I'm glad there was no like long outdrawn montage of his training. But it seemed like his suit powers were just kind of like thrown in there. Like, oh shit, what could he do to get out of this instance? Like let's throw some chains or give him weird alien hands.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I guess like it seems like his suit has infinite powers, right? So I feel like it'd be nice to actually kind of delve more into like what his suit actually had, because like it showed some pretty awesome stuff, but the only training is maybe a 3-minute like portion of the movie where like I get it's all about revenge and like kicking ass, and like taking names, but yeah, I wish there was like more about his suit, because like his suit seems like all powerful, with his cape like transforming into little structures and stuff like that. It's just, I feel like I wish there were, I guess, more Spawn movies.
Oh yeah, where they maybe do take the time to explain all his suit, and you get to see everything it's worth.
Yeah,
That's fair.
But for an hour and a half movie, an hour and 20-minute movie, I wouldn't complain about the plot structure. I think it was a good story. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I wish it had more mainstream attention.
Yeah.
And those choices require sacrifice. That's the test.
Finally, would I recommend this movie? Absolutely. I think Spawn was a fantastic film that everyone should go see. If you're looking for a good movie on a Saturday night with some action, some pep into it, or if you're a small, like, independent theater that you want to do, like, an old throwback movie night, like, consider Spawn. It's weird that in a generation of mainstream Hollywood blockbuster superhero films like Marvel and everything taking over films, that I would recommend another superhero film, but absolutely would.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely love this movie. I would highly recommend it as well. There is a lot to it. Well, not really a lot to it, but I mean, it's a fun movie. It's exciting. It's engaging. It's, it is a superhero movie. And if like most people, you've gotten tossed into like what they've done nowadays is really good with superhero movies. And I feel like Spawn stacks up pretty well against that. I remember when I went to go see Jurassic Park: The Lost World in theaters as a kid, and I was scared out of my mind. But like I kind of wish I could have seen Spawn like that.
Yeah.
Just on the edge of my seat as a kid in the theaters. And yeah, I overall this movie was I loved it.
All right, now that you've heard from us, let's see how the tiny room feels about Spawn.
Oh, yeah!
All right, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you thought of Spawn in the comments section below.
Also, let us know if there's any movies you'd like us to review in the future.
Tiny room. Shh.